because of the format, it kind of shuffles your lineup a little bit. Can you talk about when you'll pitch different guys and not the normal weekend rotation?
Sure. It's really, you know, we didn't want to bring Funkhauser back early, 3 weeks in a row. I don't like doing that. I want to make sure he had a full week's rest. Obviously, Sean Leland's thrown well for us. He's given us some good starts. So we're going to pitch him, start him in the first game, and then we'll throw Funkhauser on Thursday. And then we have the off day Friday, which is obviously good for our bullpen, and probably in the big picture, you know, good for, you know, McKay and Rogers as well. But and then we'll probably come back, you know, with Brendan in a Saturday game to start. But you know, we felt like our bullpen was in good enough shape where we didn't have to take the first day off and take Wednesday off. We were in good enough shape to play the first day and be ready and go at full strength. We just didn't want to bring Funkhauser back early.
Right.
You know, I just didn't. These guys this time of year, they've had to go on short rest, you know, a couple of weeks in a row, and you know, I wanted to make sure everybody had at least a regular full week of rest, you know, as far as starting, and like I said, our bullpen's in good shape, and you know, hopefully we'll get Drew Harrington back during the tournament, which could really bolster our bullpen. Obviously, you know, we all know he was throwing terrific before he went down, so hopefully we get Drew back for the tournament, which adds to our bullpen strength, obviously.
Has it been, you started the year without Birdie and Sparger, and like Dan just said, that kind of helped other guys. I mean, obviously you don't want to lose anybody, but it's been a pretty good year.
Yeah, I mean, our bullpen has been rock solid. Our starters obviously get they get a lot of the headlines, and everybody talks about our starters, and deservedly so. But you know, when you're in the coaching part of it, you really have a high regard for what the bullpen, the value of bullpen adds to having a quality team and being able to win the number of games we have. And certainly, even in years past, we wouldn't have done the things we could have done without our bullpen. So what that did, I think, you know, Jody, it opened the door for guys like Lincoln Hensman, you know, Leland, Cade McClure's giving us good innings, even Butch Baird's giving us some matchups on lefties. So I'm really proud of how our freshmen have stepped up and performed in the bullpen. And then, you know, now hopefully all the pieces will be back. If you get Drew back and Birdie, you got them all going now. I mean, obviously that's the goal. So we're excited about where we're at on the pitching side. And, you know, we had a little lapse there that weekend with Florida State. We got the ball out of the strike zone too much, and it made it more difficult for us. And we had done a really good job prior to that of cutting our walks down, and then it got a little spotty after that. But hopefully we're back on track now.
How impressed have you been with Brendan and what he's been able to do as a freshman?
Just the poise is beyond the freshman, obviously. The makeup, nothing seems to faze him. I think that he has a competitive streak. You know, he can reach back for a little more in spots where he needs to, but nothing seems to bother him. He's commands all three of his pitches. You know, so that I think he's a little beyond his years in the regard of command and pitchability, and obviously his makeup on the mound, which is obviously, you know, it bodes well for him this year with what he's done, especially in the league we're in.
He's pretty stoic. He doesn't have a whole lot of expressions. Is he an emotional kid? And what's he like when you kind of go out and talk to him?
Not outwardly.
Yeah.
He's not outwardly emotional, which, again, I think it serves him well. You know, being in tight spots, nothing ever bothers him. Okay, this is what the situation is, and I still have to make my pitches. And but, you know, when he's with his teammates, he's opened up more as the year's gone along. And when I talk to him, obviously he can verbalize well, and we can talk about things to try to get stuff resolved, but you know, he's just kind of an unflappable kid. You know, it's just the kind of kid he is, and you know, he had a strong resume, you know, coming out of high school, coming here, and the things that everybody always told us about him, you know, we've seen those things this year as far as his competitiveness and things like that. So like I said, I just think the maturity level is a little beyond, you know, what most freshmen are.
He doesn't get a chance to chart. I mean, he's in the field, obviously, the day before he pitches. Is that a positive or a negative, you think? I mean, could it, you know, I mean.
Yeah, you're right, Jody. He's charted a couple of games, but now that he's playing every day, he doesn't do any of the charts, but he's a very observant kid, so he knows what the other hitters on the other team are doing. He's watching how we're pitching those guys. He has a good feel for the game, and you know, one of the things about him, he can make the game look easy at times, you know, and make it look easier than it really is. He just has that way about him. But I think he's very observant and in tune with what we're trying to do as far as attacking the other team's hitters.
He filled in for Zach while Zach was out early in the season, but since he's come back, Birdie's just been a dominant closer for you guys.
Yeah, Zach has done a great job, and Brendan McKay, even as a freshman, we weren't sure who the closer was going to be necessarily this year. I wanted it to be Zach. We kind of prepared Zach for it in the fall, but when he was out, Brendan was a guy that we thought about that just, again, with the maturity level, he can handle it. And he did, obviously, and was super in that role. But Zach's come back strong. He's been terrific. I think he's given us a real, stopper type of guy late in the game. He's handling situations much better than he did last year as far as base runners and guys trying to put pressure on him. He's attacking the strike zone. So really been pleased with Zach's year.
One more for Coach Williams.
Right, but Coach talks about helping the helper and a selfless attitude. Do things like what happened recently with one of the kids giving him the jersey, him giving the jersey to you, does that help the whole atmosphere, do you think?
I think so. It's just it's always been great team chemistry here, and that's a part of what Coach Mack, the effect he has on all of us, and that's always been a staple of our clubs is a team chemistry and guys really helping each other, because it's a team sport, so you have to be that way if you want to have the success we've had in this program. So yeah, I think it helps everybody. I really do.
What did it mean to you to get that jersey handed over to you?
It was nice. It was nice. I'm sitting on the bus, and Coach Mack says, I want to give it to the guy that's been here for all 400 of them, and so it's nice, for him to do that for me, because I have been here the whole time, and it's been obviously terrific for me. I've loved every minute of it, and looking forward to winning a lot more games, hopefully.
Thanks, Coach.
All right, thanks, guys.
Thanks, Coach.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.
This
Thank you
goes
all
back
for
to
your
you.
questions.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it.
Thanks very much.
Yeah,
Oh,
definitely.
I'm tangled up.
All the